As we say out here in the West, the horse is out of the barn, okay? It's gone. It's not coming back. And what I mean by that is all these Kraken picks are being released this morning. Here's my thinking. I'm listening to NHL radio this morning, as I always do. Scott Laughlin, love that guy. And Mike Johnson, MJ, really love that guy. And when they were signing off their show, Scott Laughlin says, I'm sure that all the players that have been chosen, because by 10 a.m. Eastern, the Kraken had to have their picks in for the expansion draft. Scott's like, I'm sure those players will all be informed throughout the morning that they're now Kraken property. I'm like, no. This would just stay in-house, wouldn't it? In the NHL office, wouldn't it? Like, because we've got a primetime television special tonight on Sportsnet that we're doing. We've got the Rod Pedersen Show has a watch party at the Four Seasons Sports Palace. We can't tell these players because people can't keep their mouths shut, even about the truth. So there's no way. Let's just wait until after the TV special to tell the players. Do you think they told the players and that's how this got out?
That's one way. Absolutely. Those players would tell their teammates, and their teammates, you don't stay quiet about it. There's no penalty if you tell somebody. So that's how it's all relationship business, and it leaks out, and away you go. If I'm doing it, I would have done it a lot like you do in the NFL draft. What does Jerry Jones do in the NFL draft? 60 seconds before he makes a selection, he calls that prospect and says, welcome to the Dallas Cowboys. Your name's about to get called. And the kid starts crying, and away you go. That's what I would be doing tonight, right? At 8 Eastern, at 7:55 Eastern, I'd be making that call, being like, welcome to the Seattle Kraken. And I'd start picking up the phone and making those calls. That's when I would tell the players. I don't want them to hear it on national TV, but I'm not telling them at 7 in the morning or 10 in the morning.
Well, maybe they were. I don't know. But again, the cat's out of the bag. Carey Price not selected. And listen, Clark, would you mind putting this up on the monitor? Because it's all raining down now who these picks are. Mark Giordano, the captain of the Calgary Flames, gone, as called by Rich Sutter here yesterday. And I'll say this, too. Frank Saravelli, the baby-faced assassin, he's been crushing this. I think, is it Frank that's got the 3 goalies that they've picked? They never took Braden Holtby.
That's right.
Again, they didn't call and ask me. Oh, here it is. They like Frank Saravelli, is he in the room with them? I'm going to go through here from Frank Saravelli right now on Twitter, the baby-faced assassin. And hey, a big hey to all our viewers in Philadelphia right now, watching on TDS cable. They've selected the Kraken from the LA Kings defenseman Curtis McDermott. I took, with my fantasy team, Austin Wagner, which I assume you did too.
I was going to say, they've got our teams, so we can...
Okay, before we go any further, put our team up because you guys put so much work into this. Would you mind? He's got them. Can you read that out? Is that mine?
Is this Rod's? He's got $12 million of cap space left. He's got Christian Fischer in Arizona, Curtis Lazar, Boston, Brett Ritchie, Calgary, Nino Niederreiter, Giannis Donskoy. I mean, I can go through all these, Austin Wagner, but if you go through who's been spoiled, I can tell you which ones you got right.
Okay.
So you didn't get Austin Wagner.
Clearly.
You took Rocco Grimaldi from Nashville, Andreas Janssen from New Jersey, Jordan Eberle. Of course you took Eberle in the Islanders. Julian Gauthier in New York, Sam Lafferty in Pittsburgh, Dylan Gambrell in San Jose, Kyle Clifford. St. Louis, Tyler Johnson in Tampa, Carl Hagelin in Washington, Mason Appleton in Winnipeg, Hayden Fleury in Anaheim, which I also believe I took, Colin Miller in Buffalo, Calvin DeHaan. My eyes are not that good. Dean Kukin, Andre Sekera, Troy Stetcher, Chris Russell, Anton Stroman, Brett Kulak, Joshua Brown, Justin Braun in Philly, Travis Dermott of Toronto, Capo Kakinen, and Braden Holtby.
Yeah, mine was basically a WHL All-Star team.
That was pretty good, too.
Of course.
Pretty good.
And yours, quickly, and then we got your team. Because, again, you guys put in so much work into this. Are we going to put it up on our Instagram?
Yeah. It's going to go. It's absolutely going to go on our Instagram. The goalies I had, Kakinen, Joey Decord, and Chris Dreger. So I got 2 of the 3 goalies. They're going to take Vanacek, not Capo Kakinen from Minnesota. So good. You can keep that up while you read them if you want.
Okay. So here we go. So back to Frank Saravelli. Mild surprise from Columbus. The pick is not Max Domi. They have selected Gavin Bayreuther, the Kraken have from the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Okay.
Carson Soucy from the Minnesota Wild. They've taken Jonas Donskoy from Colorado. I had him.
We all did, yeah. It's pretty automatic.
There's the three goalies, as you said. Dreger from Florida, Vitek Vanacek from Washington, and Joey Dackard from Ottawa. Joey Dackard, he's only played one game, right?
Young goalie. They're pretty high. I think he's pretty good.
Cheap. That's
too.
what it is.
He'll be in likely the American League starter. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, okay. Do we agree with these picks? We don't have them all, by the way. But so Janelle, she's watching in Saskatoon. She says, so you're saying I can have a free night and don't even have to watch? Kind of ridiculous. That's my point. I'm just wondering if the NHL could in any way be happy with this all being spilled today. I know I wouldn't be. Sportsnet can't be very happy with it.
I know.
And Frank Saravelli's now working on Sportsnet from what I saw. Todd Pink's watching. One of our P1s, he says, Carson Twarynski from Philadelphia went to Seattle. So help us out. This is a coffee get-together here. This is what we do. Thanks, Pinks, for that. And where's the guy, I. Sinclair in Ontario? He said, you can put on the jersey. He says, you can be a fan. Here, on this historic day for the NHL and the Seattle Kraken, you can put on the jersey. That's not being a fanboy. That's being a monument of a new franchise, in my opinion. Maybe I'll put it on. How about that? If I pulled it off all these helmets, it would knock it all over the...
It's like the game Operation to pull that off the desk without wrecking everything.
Jenga.
In the commercial break, maybe.
Wasn't that the one?
Jenga, yeah.
Who did the Leafs lose? The guy they just... McCann, right?
Jared
Who they
McCann.
just got?
Yeah, Jared McCann.
John in Winnipeg's watching. John, he says, I hope Winnipeg doesn't lose Appleton. They did. Okay, Mason Appleton's gone.
I had them taking Dylan DeMello, but Appleton's good.
Tank Abbott's watching from Canada's Energy City. It says, this is like when Justin Dunk was ruining the CFL draft and Rod was losing it on his old show, wondering how he was getting the info. Here's the thing, by the way, on that. Justin and I barely knew each other at that time. Now we're super close friends. I wasn't mad at Justin whatsoever at all. But I was sitting there. Yeah, so thank you, Tank, for listening to that. I was doing the local radio show at that time, at that point of my life, trying to do a draft special. And here's Dunk at 3 down tweeting out all the picks before even TSN had them. And I'm just literally going, what the hell's going on here? Why are we doing this? And by the way, TSN and the CFL have not forgiven Justin Dunk since for doing that. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So there's more to this than that. Thank you for reminding me of that, Tank. But now I think that the NHL and Sportsnet would be furious that this is all getting out today, ahead. And it's the players aren't leaking this to Frank Saravelli. It's somebody in the NHL office. Has to be.
I don't know. You know, those insiders, they do a tremendous job of having great relationships. And it's not just relationships with the league level. It's not just relationships.
Keep talking.
You just blew my mind. It's not just relationships. He just surgically removed that jersey, like from the top of those helmets.
Keep talking.
But it's not like it's just the league office, okay? They have relationships with the players, with families, with friends, with alumni. But, you know, it might be a relationship with a player who didn't get picked. And it's, hey, I didn't get picked. I'm safe, buddy. I'm safe. Here's who got picked, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's him, not me. And then that gets leaked out. And, you know, That's how the game works.
Jen from the Four Seasons writes in. She says, I'm annoyed. I hate the spoilers. Yeah, I put it on. Listen, you're not very often going to see me in a hockey jersey or a football jersey on this show because I'm not fanboy. But it is.
It looks good.
If I may say so. It looks tight. It looks fresh.
Yeah.
Gratuitous shot. Seattle Kraken. Now, if anybody writes in here with fake news, with an incorrect pick, you will be banned and you will be beaten at midfield of BC Place.
How about that?
By me. Because I'm looking at some of these picks that are coming in and, well, for example, Habs for Life says the Habs lose Fleury. Is he talking about Cale Fleury?
Yeah.
They took Cale Fleury?
And
How about that? The pride of Carlisle, Saskatchewan.
well, and I
All of
had,
a sudden, I'm a Kraken fan.
I know, and you did too. I think Hayden going out of
I took
Anaheim.
Hayden, yes, his
Right?
brother, yeah.
Yeah, I took
Wouldn't
Hayden
that be
too.
something?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I also took Jake Bean. Was my pick from Carolina.
Beaner. Shaunavon's Cole Lind. I saw that.
I had Cole Lind.
Wait. The Kraken can't have more Saskatchewan players than the Vegas Golden Knights. Stop it.
Uh-oh. I picked Cole Lind out of Vancouver. He's a really, good young
They took
player.
him, right?
Yeah, they did take him.
Okay. So Habs for Life 41. He mind screwed me. He had the right pick talking about Cale Fleury.
Yeah.
And then he says that they should take Anaheim's Fleury. So he, regarding beating him at midfield at BC Place, he says, will the roof be open or closed? Pa-dum-bum. Who's Jake Bean with? Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody from Wayne in Victoria, BC, that's a sharp jersey for sure. Even Jeff, the Stamps fan, says, that looks good, Rod. I, Sinclair Russell, that looks awesome. Jennifer from the Four Seasons, looks good on you. Ha-ha. Time for Vegas to step up, I think.
Uh-oh. I know, right?
How about
I'm liking the colors. Anyways, we're getting through this. So why are we even waiting until 8 p.m. Eastern for the Sportsnet special tonight? And all that anybody cares to know is that Carey Price is not a Seattle Kraken. Wow. Thank you, Clark. Pierre LeBrun saying that it is indeed Hayden Fleury from the Anaheim Ducks, the pride of Carlisle, Saskatchewan, and his brother Cale from the Montreal Canadiens going there too. So there's officially 3 Saskatchewan kids on the Seattle Kraken, and they're not even done yet.
Wow.
From Sean McCormick, he's watching in the Game Plus studios, downtown Toronto. He says, I'm hoping that there are some good live trades tonight to make the experience more exciting during the draft show. The highlight of the night is going to be the boneless Greek ribs at the Four Seasons Sports Palace for our watch party tonight.
Ooh, and the pizza.
Mike Blackbird in Toronto says, Canada's team, the Seattle Kraken.
He's trying.
We're starting it now. Canada's team, the Seattle Kraken, we're starting it today.
There's no schedule yet, right? So we've seen the preseason. When they meet, that's what will be on the line. Okay? The winner of the first meeting between Seattle and Vegas will be Canada's team.
The title's on the line.
Literally, we'll create a little trophy.
They already don't like each other, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.